To give his welcome remarks, please.
Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Srimati Deepti Kaur Mukherjee, the Secretary of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Mr. Harsh Neotia, the Chairman of the CII Center of Excellence, where we are located at this point in time, which is focused on building leadership, the center, and the center which has been uh, donated, if I may say, more than sponsored by Mr. Harsh Neotia, and it's been named after Mr. Suresh Neotia. So thank you, Harsh, for being with us and uh, leading this very important session. And I would like to also welcome Ms. Anuradha Thakur, the Additional Secretary of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Many other senior officials of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs are members from the industry, the CII membership, uh, and of course, the companies which are involved in taking the interns, and most importantly, of course, the interns who are present in this room, besides our friends from the media who are also here. This is a very unique day today, a day which is something which we would like to really etch in the plans of our work that we are doing in this area. We are missing the Honorable Finance Minister, who was, as you all know, was supposed to be here because of our commitments and schedule. It was just a conflict, and it was very unfortunate that we are unable to have her here, but she's been reviewing it, as I understand, from the Ministry of Corporate Affairs leadership and senior officials, that she's been very happy that this is taking place, and we didn't have to sort of make changes much in this in rolling this out. We are, this is the first time, if I may say, that CII has got the opportunity, and that too because of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, to do this PMIS Mela, as we all know about the PMIS scheme, which was first started off last year. And this is the first time that we are doing it. I'll just take a moment to capture that this particular place where we are at this point in time. We are having approximately 700 plus interns who are at this point in time outside, talking to about 30 top companies, 30 of the 500 top companies. And these 700 plus have come from all across Bengal, different parts of Bengal. And they are actually looking at how they can, in the next phase, the CMIs to get involved in these companies. But in this room, we have the interns who have actually participated in the PMIS one. They've had the experience, they've had the knowledge of how they have been able getting connected to internship to the to companies. So we have an internship fair for the first time. And again, thanks to the MCA, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, for their building, which has been uh, uh, done very just a few miles from here. We have a place to start our first PMIS center, which is a permanent center that we will have. We're setting it up at the MCA Bhavan, which is coming up. And in that, we had seen how, on a permanent basis, we can have a place where interns can come, like the model career centers, which CII has across the country. We have 8 model career center. Ninth is this one that we have set up today. So we will, because it was mentioned to us again by the leadership, the secretary, that CII should bring in the PMIS model in the model career centers across the country. From 48 odd, we are going to go to 100, and in each of them, CII will have a place for the PMIS, which will actually help us take this movement forward. So this is something which is a very joyous moment, if I may say, a great moment for us to have the um, the feedback from our interns, and also a moment for us to understand how this can can be very transformative, not just for our kids, our interns, for our students, for our newcomers into the business, for the Indian industry itself. So খুব ভালো যে এখানে আজকে আপনারা উপস্থিত হয়েছেন ফ্রম ডিফারেন্ট পার্টস অফ বেঙ্গলের অনেক জায়গা থেকে এসেছেন আমাদের ইয়াং কলিগস যারা তাদের সাথে আমরা ইন্টারাক্ট করবো সারাদিন। আজকে আমি বললাম এতক্ষণ 700 জন লোক এসছে, এরপরে আরো লোক আসবে এবং আপনাদের সেই সকালে সবাই মিলে আমাদেরকে সবসময় ফিডব্যাক দিতে থাকেন। সেই ফিডব্যাক সেক্রেটারি, আমরা, মিনিস্ট্রি অফিসিয়ালসরা, সিআইআর লোকজনেরা, ইন্ডাস্ট্রি লিডারশিপ যারা এখানে রয়েছে তারাও নেবে এবং আস্তে আস্তে এটা 500 কোম্পানি থেকে অনেক বেশি কোম্পানিজে আমরা নিয়ে যেতে পারবো এবং আমরা অনেক সংখ্যায় তোমাদের মতো যারা ইয়াং ছেলেমেয়েরা রয়েছে ওই ঘরে তাদেরকে আমরা ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে নিয়ে আসতে পারবো। এই বলে আমি তোমাদেরকে আবার ওয়েলকাম করতে চাই, and I would like to welcome each of our senior leaders from the industry, and of course the leadership, the secretary in particular from the Ministry of Corporate Affairs for sparing her time, and of course Mr. Harsh Neotia, the chairman of the center. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's so great to have all of you with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Banerjee. Ladies and gentlemen, you will now witness two videos. The first one will be a video by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs on the PMIS internship. May we have the film, please?
कोलकाता पूर्वी भारत का सबसे महत्वपूर्ण औद्योगिक केंद्र है। अब पीएम इंटर्नशिप योजना के प्रभाव यहां भी देखने को मिल रहे हैं, क्योंकि कई प्रमुख कंपनियां इस योजना के तहत इंटर्नशिप प्रदान करना शुरू कर चुकी हैं। आइए जानते हैं कैसे ये योजना युवाओं को सपनों की उड़ान भरने में मदद कर रही है। इमामी कोलकाता की एक प्रमुख कंपनी है। इसने पीएम इंटर्नशिप पहल में शामिल होकर शहर के युवाओं के कौशल विकास में योगदान दिया है। प्रेरणा अब इमामी कंपनी में एक एडमिन इंटर्न है। उनके लिए ये एक जीवन परिवर्तक अनुभव रहा है।
जब मैंने इमामी ज्वाइन किया उसके बाद एज ए इंटर्न, उसके बाद मैम ने मुझे बहुत सारे काम दिए, बट एक ऐसा काम था जो मैंने कभी कॉल पे बात नहीं किया था। तो मैम ने बोला कॉल पे बात करने के लिए, उनको जो भी नीड है वो बोलो। तो उसके बाद मैं घबरा गई थी, मैंने कभी कॉल पे बात नहीं किया था। तो उसके बाद मैंने किया, उसके बाद मैम ने अप्रिशिएट किया, फिर मुझे लगा कि नहीं, मैं कुछ कर सकती हूँ।
We have seen these interns coming from diverse location, levels of the societies, and I have also seen them that they have the hunger for learning. So this is something which we have not seen in many other source of inducting talent.
अब चलते हैं बैंकिंग सेक्टर की ओर, जहां अपार संभावनाएं मौजूद हैं। एचडीएफसी बैंक कोलकाता में इंटर्न भर्ती कर रहा है, जिससे कई युवाओं को ऐसा अनुभव मिला है जो आसानी से उपलब्ध नहीं था। प्रलय पीएम इंटर्नशिप योजना के लाभार्थियों में से एक हैं।
প্রথমে আমাদের সম্মানীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রীকে আমি অনেক ধন্যবাদ জানাই, তিনি এত সুন্দর একটা প্রোগ্রাম অ্যারেঞ্জ করেছেন। এত বড় কোম্পানির সাথে ইন্টার্নশিপ করার একটা সুযোগ পাচ্ছি। এখানে ইন্টার্নশিপ আমার 2 মাস কমপ্লিট হলো এবং এখান থেকে অনেক কিছু জিনিস শিখেছি। এখানকার যে স্টাফ আছেন, আমাদের ব্রাঞ্চ ম্যানেজার আছেন, ওনার কাছ থেকে অনেক হেল্প পাই এবং ব্যাংকিং যে সমস্ত প্রোডাক্ট এইগুলো সম্পর্কে আমার ধারণা।
मन में कुछ करने की इच्छा प्रबल हो तो राहें अपने आप आसान हो जाती हैं। पीएम इंटर्नशिप स्कीम युवाओं को एक ऐसा ही प्लेटफॉर्म दे रही है जिस पर चलकर वो अपने आने वाले सुनहरे कल की इबारत लिख रहे हैं। आईटीसी लिमिटेड एक और प्रमुख संगठन है जिसने हावड़ा में अपने विभिन्न विभागों में इंटर्न भर्ती किए हैं। श्रेयश्री साहा आईटीसी लिमिटेड के मार्केटिंग और एचआर विभाग में एक युवा इंटर्न हैं। उन्होंने अपना बीबीए पूरा किया और इस कार्यक्रम में शामिल होने का निर्णय लिया। उन्हें पूरा विश्वास है कि उन्होंने सही विकल्प चुना है।
I got to know about the PM internship from social media. Then I applied on it, and then I got chance in ITC head office Kolkata. So it's a great opportunity for me.
There is a lot of hunger in them to do well. They are not looking at it as an internship opportunity of 2 months, 3 months, which people normally come from campuses. They come for an internship of 2, 3 months and go back. But if I look at these interns, They've come after finishing their education and they're looking at it as their first stint of work experience.
अब कोलकाता और पूर्वी भारत के अन्य हिस्सों में इंटर्नशिप स्थानीय युवाओं की रोजगार क्षमता को पहले से कहीं अधिक बढ़ा रही है।
Our next film is a CII MCA collaboration on the Prime Minister's Internship Program Initiative and the Mela and the facilitation centers that we run. Can we have the film, please?
The Prime Minister's Internship Scheme, or PMIS, has been operationalized and after a successful Phase 1 pilot is entering Phase 2 starting from February 2025. The scheme aims to create significant opportunities for the youth to gain hands-on industry experience and an opportunity to learn employable skills. To propagate and mobilize the youth, CII, in partnership with MCA, is establishing a first of its kind MCA CII PMIS Facilitation Center. The MCA CII PMIS Center will not only enhance PMIS linkages, but also provide a broader platform for job seekers to explore career opportunities, interact with industry experts, and gain exposure to emerging trends. The center will ensure a wider reach, deeper engagement, and a stronger impact on India's skill development and employment ecosystem. Coinciding with the launch of MCA CII PMI's Facilitation Center, CII is hosting its first ever PMI's Mela at its CII Center for Leadership. The first ever PMI's Mela is witnessing active participation of several candidates from across the state. The participating candidates are provided expert counseling from senior HR professionals from various companies. The candidates are also provided with guidance on internship opportunities in PMIS by CII Model Career Centers. Prime Minister Internship Scheme is a transformative initiative and CII is proud to be a partner to operationalize this revolutionary scheme.
May I now invite Mr. Harshvardhan Neotia, Chairman CII Suresh Neotia Center of Excellence for Leadership and Chairman Ambuja Neotia Group to address us, please.
Namaskar, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Srimati Deepti Gaur Mukherjee, আপনাকে অনেক অনেক স্বাগত, ma'am, since you're a Mukherjee in some way. A Bengali is always, Calcutta is always a special home for every person. She's married into a Bengali family, so warm welcome to your home, ma'am. Srimati Anuradha Thakur, ma'am, warm welcome to you. Chandrajit Da, my colleagues from industry, PMIS interns, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Well, both these videos have broadly said a lot about this, which I don't want to unnecessarily take your time and repeat, except to add that coming from industry, one of the things that always was an issue that came up, that many young boys and girls who came out of their colleges and schools and other diploma institutions were not ready for employment. They had to, they needed some skills which were perhaps not imparted in their formal education. So I think this is really a very, very amazing scheme which has come out very timely because, we have to match employment with employability with the capacity of the individual. I think this is a wonderful bridge building exercise between what you are taught formally in your graduate education and the training that you need to become suitable for industry. And the role that MCA and the Government of India and the Prime Minister's office are playing to create an ecosystem that would enable young people and corporates to mutually find each other and to find the compatibility is really very, very welcome. Uh, I'm sure that this scheme will enable the much needed boost to job creation and employment, which is one of the issues that has been uh, flagged off every now and then as one of the concern areas. And this is definitely a very major and positive step. I'm delighted that this event, the first of its kind, is being held in Kolkata, my city. And second, I am also delighted additionally that it is being housed at the CI Suresh Nyote Center for Excellence that my family had the privilege to be associated with. Uh, it's almost magical how CII works, I must add, because just 4 days back, not even 4 days back, really 3.5 days back, Chandrajit Da called me up and said that he plans to mount this. He spoke to me for about 20 minutes on the phone, and I couldn't figure out that what is he talking about, 3 days later or 30 days later. In the end, I realized that it was only 3 days later. So I said, "Oh, how are you going to do this?" But now, when I come here and I see what has happened, it's quite incredible. So, congratulations to you and your team for pulling off this in such a short time. It's uh, possible to do it in a longer time, but to do it in such a short time is really credible. Thank you, ma'am, for being here. Thank you, ma'am, for being here. And thank you to all your officers who are taking part in this initiative. I'm sure you will have a very rewarding visit to the city of Kolkata. And I'm sure that this event itself, the purpose of this event will be fulfilled. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We now will felicitate 5 of our interns from the PMIS scheme. And for the honors, I'd like to request Madam Secretary to kindly uh, help us with it. Uh, our first intern is from Reliance Industries, Saugatam Maji. Inspirational journey as a geofiber associate at Bardhaman, West Bengal. Despite his humble beginnings, his determination and dedication has landed him here today. Shogato took full responsibility for funding his own education despite financial hardships. He remained dedicated to learning and advancing in his career, demonstrating resilience, self discipline, and a strong work ethic. Can we hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen? Our next intern is Kushi Thakur. She's a finance intern at ITC Integrated Business Services. She started as an intern and was able to quickly learn and clear required standards for joining the production team that actually delivers shared services. Such short period growth is rare in terms of gaining and proving technical expertise. She's hardworking and sharp in picking up her skills. Our next intern, Pralay Ganguly from HDFC Bank Limited, stays in West Bengal, Mednipur, and he comes from a very humble background and was working as a medical representative when he heard through social media on YouTube about the Prime Minister's scheme, internship program. And he now has a stable job and a wonderful hands on banking experience. Shayan Datta enrolled as an intern in NSC under PM internship scheme in 2025 and has shown exceptional performance in terms of understanding the finalities of the ISC department and contributing significantly. His achievements and contributions towards his organization is invaluable. He has participated in activities laid out by NSC to promote investor awareness. And the final intern who will come up is from the IndusInd Bank Limited, Miss Latifa Khatun. From the very first day of her working, underwent 8 days of rigorous classroom training with no prior work experience. She has learnt about customer enrollment, loan disbursement, and many other aspects. Today, she stands before you confident and strongly espousing the cause of rural women entrepreneurs. She is very grateful for the opportunity provided to her by the PM Internship Initiative scheme. I now have the pleasure and honor to invite Srimati Deepti Gaur Mukherjee, Secretary, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India, to address us, please. Yeah.
Very good afternoon, Mr. Chandrit Banerjee, DGCII, Mr. Harshvardhan Neotia, the captains of our top 500 companies, their very efficient team of CHROs and operations, and my young adults, young boys and girls, and of course, our friends from the media. Thank you very much for coming here today. And let me begin by, first of all, thanking CII for putting this grand event together. Like Mr. Nyotia said, I think we also didn't expect this to be of at this scale and of this grandeur. And now when we came here yesterday, of course, when we came here, it was, जैसे, let me speak in Hindi, Bengali, and English, है ना? So that everybody can understand at least little bit of everything. तो when we came here yesterday in the evening, तो लग रहा था जैसे कोई शादी वाला घर होता है ना? शादी से एक दिन पहले घर में एब्सोल्यूट डिसैरे होता है, इधर से लोग आ रहे हैं, इधर से लोग आ रहे हैं. सो व्हेन वी केम हियर यस्टरडे इवनिंग, हमें लगा कि पता नहीं आज सुबह आएंगे तो सब कुछ मिलेगा कि नहीं मिलेगा, बट दैट्स व्हाई यू आर द टॉप 500 भाई. Overnight and in 3 days you put this together. So a round of applause to CII for putting this together. I would like to begin by, first of all, thanking our Honorable Finance Minister, because it's under her leadership and under her vision that this kind of an event has been conceptualized. It is something which you have put together, and hopefully you will take it to the other parts of the country and try to share with all the stakeholders here or what the scheme is about or what is the approach towards the scheme. So I am not here to tell you about what you do best. All right. I'm here only to share with you what was the thinking in the government when we introduced a concept like this or when we came up with an initiative like this. What do we think is the role of the industry and your other partners in this? What have we learned in this period of 4 months, which we have done in implementation of the scheme, which I think even your team has learned? And और हमने हमारे बच्चों से क्या सीखा है? I think we've had the good fortune. हम लोग अलग-अलग जगह पे गए हैं. बेशी आमी, what do I say? Now my Bengali is all confused. ठीक है? আমি অনেকক্ষণ শিখেছি, ठीक है, from all of you, and we've learned a lot, and we'll try and change उसको हम जो आपसे हमने सीखा है उसको हम और चेंज करने का प्रयास करेंगे, उसकी कोशिश करेंगे as we go into the implementation full hog in the scheme. So let me begin by telling you the concept, and maybe you will remember your childhood a little bit or your young adulthood. So if you know the industry, and some of our interns very nicely even talked about it, this was announced in the budget last year, and it's part of the Prime Minister's 5-point package for employment, skilling, and other opportunities. I'm sure a lot of you from the industry must be also implementing the National Apprenticeship Scheme and other maybe National Apprenticeship Training Scheme. So when you have NAPS and when you have NATS, why have a PM internship scheme? Okay, so that must be one thought in your mind. Initially, we had a lot of questions around that. So if you look at the conceptualization, we have certain incentives which the budget has announced regarding employment, which all of you know about, which hopefully will be implemented, be rolled out very soon. Then you have the skilling part where you have the NAPS and and the skill loan and the ITIs. And then you have the other opportunities, which is where the PM internship scheme fills in. That means we're looking at other opportunities, other avenues which we can give the youth of our country, where they learn to upgrade themselves, where they learn new skills, where they make decisions, where they learn to be adults. Now, I would request all of you just to go back a couple of years. I think I am in the post 50, so I'm a long time ago, but I see a mixed group here. How many of our of our industry has actually done an internship when they started out in their careers? Maybe 10% or 5%. It was a very novel concept, right? So we didn't know what an internship was. I remember when I was studying and I passed out of my graduation, at that time, my only thought in my mind was that maybe I should do a PhD and become a lecturer. Then I said, no, no, let me join the private sector. Then I worked for a month. I worked in an export house for a month. And I said, let me make my mind up whether I want to go into the government or a lecturership or the private sector. I spent a month and then I decided, no, this is maybe not for me. It's not my liking. Let me go and do a master's and then we'll see where life takes me. So I took decisions. I went, I experimented, and then I took a decision. Okay. People who do professional degrees, whether you're doing engineering, you're doing, maybe a lawyer or doctors, they know internships. But how many children who are doing bachelors in commerce, bachelors in English, BSc physics, BSc zoology, क्या आप लोगों ने इंटर्नशिप के बारे में कभी सुना था या सुना होगा पर क्या होता है ये नहीं मालूम होगा? Okay, so this scheme is an opportunity for the children to learn and also to learn what they want to do and what they don't want to do. It's about building your agency to make choices. And where does the industry come in? Please remember that when you started out, you never had these internship opportunities. But now, with the growth in industry and our multifaceted, multi-sectoral, interface which we have, you have the best opportunity to provide these opportunities to our children so that they can learn, they can become more employable, and contribute to the growth of the nation. Do you know that 50% of our population is below the age of 25? Look at the demographic dividend which we have. But this demographic dividend will turn into a demographic nightmare if we are not able to fulfill the aspirations of our youth. If you're not able to partner with them, to mentor them, to teach them, to learn from them, and grow along with them. So, this is why the industry has been invited. It's a voluntary scheme. That is why we are inviting you to partner with us to skill our youth, to train them, to mentor them, to give them guidance. And you are the best. There's nobody better than you. And why have we positioned it as a part of the CSR? Because it is not a normal HR job which you're doing. In a normal HR job, you have other considerations. You have your bottom lines, you have your operations, you have fixed and dried procedures, you have processes. Here, we want you to experiment. Here, we're giving you the flexibility. Unlike other schemes, there is nothing tied down. There's not a fixed curriculum, there's not a fixed time period. It's up to you. Sometimes when we have to interact with industries to tell us that, we want people who are industry ready. We want people who are employable, but we don't get that opportunity to skill the people. Here, you're getting the opportunity to at least skill the way you want, to train them the way you want, so that you, of course, will get benefit by having a very employable workforce. But you're also contributing to the growth of the society. You're also contributing to the growth of the nation. Hence, it's the CSR. It's a social responsibility which you are undertaking. And if you do it with that spirit, I am sure the inflexibility which normally comes through a normal processes of corporate will not be not be done when you're undertaking this scheme. In our experience so far, we have been very encouraged. Like the target, if you've seen the budget announcement, it is about 1 crore youth over the next 5 years. But we began with a small pilot project of about 1.25 lakh opportunities. And I'm very happy to say that industry came forward. So we got 1.27 lakh opportunities across almost 300 companies who participated. So your response has been very, very encouraging. The first round of internships which opened out, we posted, they were there in about 745 districts of the country, which is huge. Otherwise, people would only look at Bombay or Calcutta or, Chennai. But here, I come from Madhya Pradesh. So there are opportunities in Dhar. There are opportunities in Singrauli, which people had never heard about, which our children who are studying, they never knew about. So the challenges are there because we are reaching that much further. So I would request all of you that you have learned a lot in this last 1.5 months, 2 months. Uh, let's build on that experience, that learning which we have done, and take this forward in a way which is completely different and very organic. It is something which you can innovate as you're going along. And because you're doing it under CSR, you have that flexibility, and we are your partners. We are learning from you. We are willing to accommodate whatever flexibility more needs to be given under the scheme. We'll give that to you. So from my side to the industry, I have just these two, three requests. One is that you've done a great job so far, but we need to upscale. This year, with the new budget which has come in, the numbers are going to go up almost 15 times, right? So we need to put our teams together. I believe there is a concept known as a project management office at the level of the CO or the CHRO. Am I right? There's something known as this office. So I would request, and I have requested CII also for this, if you could put in a team at the PMO level, which can drive this initiative in your company. Please put that team together, put up a PMIS cell, which can take this forward, which can take decisions from you, which can look up to you for guidance. And there are small issues which need to be sorted out when you're implementing the scheme, and you can give them the go ahead, so that you're nimble and you're agile. In fact, why is CSR there? The CSR is there not to fill up gaps for government schemes, but it's so that we can use your innovation, your entrepreneurial spirit, and your new way of thinking, out of the box thinking, to implement normal government projects. But this is skilling, this is totally your child. Please bring it the way you want to. So do put up this cell in place so that you can, really move up. The second is in terms of, this is 1.25 lakhs. So we were looking at posting opportunities within our companies, right? But now when we look at 15 lakhs, when we look at 20 lakhs, we will have to look at opportunities which are in companies or in associate or your subsidiaries or your vendors or your suppliers, whoever they are in your value chain. So we can't say that we've done 1.25 and we'll wait another year when we do 15 lakhs and then we'll do 20 lakhs. So we need to start strategizing right now. You need to look at the industries, maybe small and medium enterprises who are in your value chain, and look at where the opportunities can come. And since these will be industries which are going to be all over the country, our spread will be that much better. And you will get very good talent. You'll get really good talent. I think in the midst of these children who are here right now, I have been very, heartened. See, we are bureaucrats. We are used to doing government schemes. And, we look at numbers. When we look at numbers, we look at 1,25,000, 20,000 बच्चे यहाँ पढ़ रहे हैं, 20,000 बच्चे वहाँ पढ़ रहे हैं. But when you look at a scheme of this kind, you're looking at the people behind these numbers. I have a digital marketing specialist who's sitting there. Shreyasi is your name? Yes, you just saw her on television. Now, when I interacted with her, the first thing I said, "What are you doing?" She says, "I'm a digital marketing specialist." Can you imagine? I had heard of marketing, a digital marketing specialist. And this girl, I asked her, what is the job which you're learning? She says, I look at social influencers and I look at how I can use the social influencers to increase the market, the market outreach of my company. So when you speak to girls like her, it gives you so much of confidence, and you feel so good that you're contributing to the development, or what I would say, the personality development of a young girl like her who has so many aspirations and so many goals. So look at the girl, look at the boy behind the number. Don't look at the job description, look at the person behind the job. And this is where the CSR part will come in. This is where the emotional, the empathy, that comes in. I have another example. बैठो बेटा. I have another example. वो बच्चा कहाँ है उड़ीसा का जिसने कहा था कि earn later, learn now. Is he here? Okay, he's not here. So he's from Orissa. I'm telling these small, small stories so that you can understand the significance and the importance of what you're doing. Okay. So this boy is a BCom. He works with, I think, IndusInd. IndusInd, I must congratulate them. IndusInd, yes. So he's a BCom boy. And I asked him, I said, why did you come for this internship? What was your reason? आपने internship के बारे में क्या सोचा था? नौकरी है, क्या है? And he said, no, it's an investment in my future. Okay, so then we asked, just stipend. So he said, no, I am looking at, I learn now, I will earn later. Look at the maturity of that child. Another boy from Orissa. Maybe he's here, maybe he's not here, I don't know. He runs a mobile repairing shop. Is he here? Yera. There he is. बेटे नाम बताओ. सात्विक, right? And नवरंगपुर से हो ना? Okay, ये बड़ी remote location से है. Now he also really impressed me. I am calling these children out so that you can understand the transformative. He talked about transformative impact. This is the transformative impact. आपकी दुकान थी मोबाइल रिपेयरिंग की, है ना? तो जब उसको इंटर्नशिप मिला जियो के अंदर, तो इसने अपनी दुकान किसको दी? भाई को दी, भाई को दे दी. और अब वो सीख रहा है और अपनी दुकान चलाना चाहता है. हाँ, उसको अच्छा पीपीओ मिल जाएगा तो वो दुकान में कोई लड़के को बिठा देगा, है ना? है ना? और कंपनी में काम करेगा. Now he is better. He is an extremely fast learner. He already has experience. Now, this is something which the company can look at and see how you can reward him better in a way which he learns much more. And maybe you'll have 3, 4 entrepreneurs like this. So it's not about jobs only. It's about building that spirit in that child so that he can become absolutely self-sufficient and maybe give jobs to many more people. This is what we are wanting from the industry. There's another person, I think he is from I think आज यहाँ पे नहीं होगा. This is the eastern sector, huh? Purulia. The girl is here, or this is the thing? She must be in the other room. So my point of telling you this is just to point out that these are the these are the youth of the country that you are really working along with. So please look at it from that angle and open your hearts, open your files, and be flexible in implementation and really come up with new innovations, new practices. From our side, from MCA side, we will be rewarding the best practices across different companies. We already have shortlisted a couple of them, and we would like you to have kind of a peer learning kind of experiences, platforms where other companies can learn from you. So this is my short ask from the industry. As far as the children are concerned, जो बच्चे यहाँ पर हैं, आप लोग सोच रहे होंगे कि आपके लिए हमें क्या कहना है. तो मुझे आपसे ना सिर्फ कुछ कहना नहीं है, पर ये जरूर बताना है कि हमने आपसे सीखा बहुत है बच्चों. हमारी पूरी टीम ने अलग अलग जगह गए हैं और आपसे इंटरैक्ट किया है, और मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि आपने बिल्कुल मतलब जिसे कहते हैं बिंदास होके हमको बताया है कि आप क्या चाहते हो, क्या आपको अच्छा नहीं लगा, क्या आपको अच्छा लगा, और आगे आप क्या देखोगे. तो आई थिंक अ राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज टू माय इंटर्न्स हु हैव मतलब इनको मिलने के बाद चंद्रजीत दा यू विल ग्रीट, you must have got a new boost of adrenaline, right? इनको मिलने के बाद we have got so much of energy. आपकी तरफ से हमें बहुत सारे suggestions मिले हैं. मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगी कि आप लोगों ने हमें ये कहा था कि जब आपने पिछले राउंड में अप्लाई किया तो आपको ये नहीं पता था कि कंपनी कौन सी है, या उस कंपनी जो इंटर्नशिप ऑफर कर रही है वो लोकेशन कहाँ पर है ना, या वो जो जॉब रोल है वो समझ में नहीं आ रहा था, है ना। ये 3-4 चीजें आपने हमको बताई थी, वो राउंड 2 में हमने सब उसको सुधार दिया है। हमने जो अपना पोर्टल बनाया है, जो हमने अपना आपने नया डैशबोर्ड देखा होगा, उसको इस प्रकार से बताया है कि आप लोग जो सोशल मीडिया में और इंस्टाग्राम में और हमेशा फेसबुक में रहते हो, आपको वो अच्छा लगेगा। तो आपको अच्छा लगा कि नहीं लगा? किस किस ने देखा है? बस, आप उस सारे टाइम सोशल मीडिया में बैठे रहते हो। तो आपके सजेशंस हमको मिले, थैंक यू वेरी मच। हम और इनोवेट करेंगे, आपके और सजेशंस होंगे तो हम उसको भी स्वीकार करेंगे। मेरा आपसे अनुरोध है, एंड माय रिक्वेस्ट इज देयर, that in your dashboard there is that column of contact us and give suggestions on the thing. Please continue to give us suggestions. From the behalf of our ministry and my team, I assure you कि आपके हर एक suggestion को हम लोग विचार में करते हैं, और जो चीज संभव हो पाता है उसको हम इम्प्लीमेंट करते हैं। एक और चीज जो मैं आप ही का सुझाव आया था, एंड अगेन आई वुड लाइक टू नेम आउट द कंपनी हु हेल्प्ड विद द सजेशन, वाज द रेफरल पार्ट। We were told in the last meeting कि if you start a referral feature, it will really help us get many more interns who would be interested. So there was, I think, probably it was Geo who gave us. So I'm very happy that my technical team of Vizag and my team of officers here ने वो रेफरल वाला जो फीचर है वो आपको शुरू कर दिया है। तो बच्चों, आपसे मेरा रिक्वेस्ट है कि जितने बंधु हैं आपके, जितने दोस्त हैं, आप उनको इस स्कीम के बारे में बताओ। और अगर आपको अच्छा लग रहा है ये स्कीम, आपको लग रहा है कि आपको फायदा हो रहा है स्कीम से, तो उनको भी रेफर करो, वो भी अप्लाई करेंगे। आपका ये भी सुझाव था कि हम लोग कॉलेजेस में जाएं, ठीक है, हम लोग अलग अलग स्थान पे जाके इस टाइप के कैंप लगाएंगे, वो सब हम लोग करने जा रहे हैं। आज आपने बहुत बड़ी शुरुआत की है, इसी का छोटा सा हिस्सा हम लोग अलग अलग स्टेट्स में लगाएंगे, अलग अलग जिलों में भी लगाएंगे, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के हेल्प से लगाएंगे, इंडस्ट्री के हेल्प से लगाएंगे। आपसे मेरा ये अनुरोध है कि आप अपने फ्रेंड्स को, अपने रिश्तेदारों को इस स्कीम के बारे में बताइए, और अभी जो आप सीख रहे हो उसको पूरी मेहनत से और शिद्दत से सीखो। देयर इज नेवर एन एंड टू लर्निंग। ये मत सोचना, कुछ बच्चे यहाँ पर ऐसे थे, इसने कहा कि हमें ये जो टाइम है मेंटर इसका ट्रेनिंग का, ये बहुत लंबा है, शायद 11 महीने बहुत ज्यादा होता है। फिर वहीं पे दूसरे बच्चे ने कहा नहीं, मेरे को 11 महीने शायद कम पड़ेगा, क्योंकि मुझे ये सब चीज नहीं आती थी। तो ये 12 महीने इसलिए है कि आपको हर चीज सीखने को मिलेगा। I noticed this point was raised by the industry also when they said that जब आप लोग स्कूल से आते हो, कॉलेज से आते हो, तो आप 2 महीने के लिए आते हो, तो आप कुछ ज्यादा नहीं सीख पाते। प्लस जो कंपनी होती है वो भी ज्यादा इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं कर पाती है आप पर आप 12 महीने अब वहां पर हो, तो ये 12 महीने आप समझिए कि जितना आप 12 साल में नहीं सीख सकते, वो आप 12 महीने में सीखोगे। तो यू मस्ट पुट इन दी एफर्ट, आपको ये मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी। कल किस किस ने कल नहीं, 2-3 दिन पहले किस किस ने इंडिया वर्सेस पाकिस्तान का मैच देखा था? सबने देखा था, है ना। तो विराट कोहली का कौन कौन फैन है भाई? तो जब विराट कोहली अच्छा नहीं कर रहा था, तब किस किस ने कहा था कि उसको रिटायर हो जाना चाहिए अब, और तब तो उसका करियर खत्म हो गया, कुछ नहीं हुआ, हम लोग ने सबने सोचा था, मीडिया में भी चल रहा था। बट ही डिड नॉट गिव अप, राइट। वो मेहनत करता रहा, जबकि वो इतने शिखर पर है, ही इज एट द टॉप, येट ही कंटिन्यूड टू वर्क, ही कंटिन्यूड टू लर्न, एंड लुक हाउ वेल ही परफॉर्म्ड। तो हार्ड वर्क, मेरा कहने का आशय ये है कि हार्ड वर्क कभी खत्म नहीं होता है। यू कैन नेवर रीच द टॉप बिकॉज यू आर ऑलवेज ग्रोइंग, यू आर ऑलवेज लर्निंग। सो आपसे मेरा ये अनुरोध है बच्चों से कि प्लीज, ये अपॉर्चुनिटी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, आप इसको खोइएगा मत। प्लीज पुट इन योर बेस्ट एफर्ट्स, पूरी मेहनत करो, एंड आई एम श्योर आप जो चाहोगे आपको वो मिलेगा। आपको निर्णय लेने की क्षमता आएगी, यू विल लर्न टीम वर्क, यू विल लर्न कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स, यू विल लर्न एवरीथिंग। लास्ट एंड फाइनली, बच्चों के लिए एक और मैं बता रही हूँ, दिस इज थिंग दैट हम ये भी प्रयास कर रहे हैं हम आपके लिए। फिर जैसे आपने आज वी मेट 30-40 पीपल ऑफ दिस थिंग, इस प्रकार से हम और इवेंट्स हर मे बी 3 महीने में, 4 महीने में ऑर्गेनाइज करेंगे, जहां आप लोग आएंगे, अपने एक्सपीरियंसेस को शेयर करेंगे, और हो सकता है आप कुछ ऐसे लोगों से मिले जो उस इंडस्ट्री में या जो आपके जिस क्षेत्र में आप इंटरेस्टेड है, वो आपको मेंटर करें, वो आपको बताएं कि आप कैसे आगे बढ़ सकते हो। तो दिस विल बी अ फिजिकल काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग। इसके साथ साथ भी हम एक ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म भी क्रिएट करने जा रहे हैं, जो अगले 2-3 महीने में हो जाएगा, जहाँ पे आप ऑनलाइन मेंटरशिप प्राप्त कर सकते हैं, आप कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं और उसका आंसर आपको उस इंडस्ट्री में उस एक्सपर्ट से मिल सकता है. So this is all what we have planned in the future. I am very happy that again, CIA, that you put this event together. Now the task has become much tougher because our expectations are like that. And I hope you will be able to do a similar kind of event in other places. Uh, all of you have come, given us your time, given us your, hopefully, your undivided attention. I'm sure together as a team, this is not something which the government is doing alone. It's a partnership. It's a three-way partnership of government, industry, and the youth. We can only do it together if we all, put in our efforts and we put in our imagination and our empathy and everything which we have. It's a responsibility which we should do it together. Thank you so much for your time. Jai Hind.
Thank you, madam. Uh, I'd like to request Mr. Banerjee to. Would you? May I invite Mrs. Anuradha Thakur, Additional Secretary, to say a few words?
Thank you so much. I think Secretary Ma'am has really enlivened and put up the energy of the whole group, and the vote of thanks has already been proposed by her. So I would just take 2 seconds to again thank CII, thank Chandrajit Da, thank Mr. Dyotia, thank everyone who's present here, all the industry leaders, the CII team, the interns, my own team of officers from the ICLS cadre, as well as from BISAC, from other services who have all, in a very short time, put this together. And I think all of you all have been our partners. You know how the scheme was announced in July, and the portal was ready in a very short period. And we are always heartened to learn from the interns and from you all that it's an easy portal. And like Madam said, as we learn from you, we keep making changes. That is the beauty and uniqueness of the scheme. All three of us partners together, as we move ahead, we hope to scale up, we hope to contribute. And this, I think, is really the biggest contribution to the economy. That we have a very trained, energetic workforce, trained by the leaders of industry who are at the front of economic development. Thank you all so much. Thank you, ma'am, for energizing us, leading our team absolutely from the front. All of you all for leading this. Thank you very much.
I'd now like to request a small token of appreciation to be presented to Madam Secretary from CII. No, we have another one for her also. Okay. So can you bring the other one also and request Mr. Banerjee to hand that over, please. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we close the session. Thank you very much for being with us. Please join us for lunch on the first floor in meeting room number 3. Audi room number? Audi 2. No, the photo is not for everyone. I can't announce. They'll all land up here. So lunch is in Audi 2 on the first floor. Yes, please. Thank you.